So, do you know how all those George Lucas Star Wars films always begin with the iconic beginning a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, which you could probably say is maybe even just a little bit cliched. Well, these videos I think are probably all from our website, all seem to be starting with me saying the same thing. This is one of my favourite pieces. Again, probably the reason being all the pieces I video are my favourite pieces. So it's not simply because I haven't anything better to say. It's because I am videoing the pieces I really do adore. And this is one of them. It's a ashtray by the influential and iconic Italian Murano glass designer Archimede Seguso, and it is absolutely stunning. It is simply stunning. In fact, I used to smoke. I gave up in 2010 after basically smoking for 20 years and struggling for 18 of those to give up. But if there was anything which was going to tempt me back to smoking again, it would be this. Because it's just the most beautiful piece of Murano glass art, and iconic as well because it's signed with the master Murano artist's signature on the base. It's just stunning. It's from my research, I think it probably dates from the 40s or 50s, and as you can see, I mean, the words lose me on this one. It's just a simply gorgeous piece of Murano glass art with its gold infusions in its deep red glass. It's absolutely quite stunning. It's one of those pieces, I mean, honestly, I mean, if you're the, you know, the Gordon Gecko type with the Tiffany lamp sitting on your desk, and you've got a penchant for, you know, big Cuban cigars, rolled between the thighs of some Latino goddess. This is probably the ashtray for you. And the fact is, ironically, the Tiffany analogy isn't that far-fetched, because Archimede Seguso and Tiffany had a very strong design collaborative relationship from the 60s. So obviously both of them were mutually appreciative of each other's work. So this really can claim to be the Tiffany of ashtrays. You know, as you can see, I mean, it dates clearly from the 40s, either the late 40s or the early 50s. I've done a considerable amount of research over it to, you know, verify the shape and the design of the piece, and it's undoubtedly from the mid 20th century. And on the base, this is the really amazing bit. On the base it's signed Archimede Seguso, Murano. So you know, it's wow. I mean, it's an iconic piece by one of the most influential glass art designers of the 20th century, and it's engraved Archimede Seguso Murano. It literally is the Tiffany, the ashtray. It's the Tiffany of ashtrays. I'm stumbling over my words at the moment because, you know, I'm in awe of this piece. And not only that, like I said, you know, although I'm not a Gordon Gekko by by any stretch of the imagination, I smoked B&H, which was probably made in a Grimsby factory in northern Yorkshire, as opposed to, you know, Cuban cigars, hand rolled by some Latino goddess. But, you know, this is a sort of little item which honestly, you know, stress, no, that doesn't ever make me want to go back to cigarettes. You know, despair, no. But seeing an ashtray like this, yes, I could possibly, you know, smoke a cigarette just for the pleasure of putting it out in this beautiful mid-century Murano ashtray by one of the most iconic designers of the 20th century, and fully signed on the base. I mean, it just really doesn't get much better than this. It's a gorgeous example of a vintage Archimede Seguso piece of glass art. And although I really wouldn't ever start smoking again, you know, the trials and tribulations I went through to give up cigarettes, I mean, honestly, I had so many nicotine patches on me. I was like a Xi'an Indian chief after the Battle of Little Bighorn, smoking a peace pipe for a month. I mean, I was completely stoned on nicotine patches, trying to give up. So, you know, I never would start again. But you know, if I was if I was going to start again, it would be for an ashtray like this. It's wow. Words do. I mean, can you see it? I think the thing which gets to me most about this ashtray is the way that the light catches the rim and diffuses with this amazing golden light. I mean, the funny thing is, I mean, this is basically a, you know, clear glass ashtray over a enamel red center core with gold infusions, and yet the edges shimmer in such a gorgeously vibrant way. I mean, it's a you could almost eat it. It almost looks like toffee. It's just amazing. And with a lot of these videos, for such a little item, I've spent a lot of time talking about it. But that's because, I mean, you know, everything about it, its shape, its colours, you know, its heritage, being made by one of the, you know, one of the foremost glass arts designers of the 20th century, and fully signed. It's, you know, it's just beautiful. It really is. You know, I was just doing a video about a Chinese Saint-Hubert foxblood vase, and this has the same sort of deep luster which somehow just mesmerizes you and draws you in, and you know, you just it's a thing of utmost beauty. Quite amazing. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not a Gordon Gekko type. I can't afford a Tiffany lamp, unfortunately, but if I could, this would certainly be the wow. This would be the ashtray that I kept next to it on my desk. Just beautiful. Just a marvel of mid-20th century Murano glass art by the Tiffany of the Venetian glass art movement. Archimede Seguso himself, with his engraved signature on the base. Just quite stunning. And I'm going to put this down and stop this video both before I go over the 15 minutes YouTube video allotment, and also before I actually start smoking again, just to enjoy the ashtray. So there you go, a beautiful piece, and whoever owns it, I know, will absolutely adore it. Thank you very much.